Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video we're looking at a figure I know nothing about. At least I don't know anything about the character. The figure itself, pretty standard SH Figuarts, and we'll go through that. The character, his name is Black Condor, and he is from the Chojin Sentai Jetman series apparently. Looks very tokusatsu-ish. Like I said, I have no idea anything more than that. This was sent to me as a gift, so thanks to Mark for that. But it's still a pretty cool figure, so I'm going to review it for you guys. Maybe you know what it is, maybe you're curious about it, and now you'll be able to know a little bit more about it. So let's do that. He stands, he's very, very similar to the Figuarts Power Rangers. So if you're familiar with those, there's not going to be too much of a surprise here, but he's got some cool accessories. About 5 3/4 inches tall, so pretty decent size. Very nice paintwork. I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the lining of the black to the white and of the yellow against the black and white. It looks pretty darn clean. Very crisp. I do like it. It's a very nice composition for the character. So good character design too. Whoever designed it. Congrats. Wow. Can't talk. Alright, let's see. Let's go accessories first. So he has two different holsters. And so one holster is for the gun. It goes in like that, and that just pegs into his belt. The other holster is for the collapsed sword. I'm assuming that's what that is. That's what it looks like. And that goes on the other side. And I'll post a couple photos at the end of the video so you guys can see what he looks like. And here's the sword while it's not collapsed. It's a little thin, but it still looks kind of cool, and they did a good job with the detail work, so that's nice. And so here's the gun. I didn't really show you that too much. So that's the standard gun. Looks a little bit like a bird. Nice detail work on there. And then apparently he can connect his sword to the gun. Like I said, I know nothing about this, but that's what it looks like. It looks pretty cool though, so that's alright. Then he has this accessory, which is really cool. It's a hand, so it's actually kind of like an alternate hand, but it gives him this kind of forearm thing. Maybe it's like a gun, a blaster of some sort, maybe a blade. That would be kind of cool if a blade came out. So I'll show you that on him in a actually I'll just do it in the photo. So stay tuned for the photos at the end and you'll see you just pop his hand off and slide this on over. But the cool thing about this is you can pull this out. Just kind of pull that off to the side and it'll come out. Hopefully, there we go. And you can put this piece in. So don't know what it is, but it looks cool. I like that. It looks really cool on the figure. So make sure you stay tuned for those photos. And then before we get to the hands, he has this accessory, which is pretty cool. It's nicely done. They did a good job painting those lines. And this is a nice soft material so it won't get in the way. And what you do with this is you pop off his back. Kind of unusual, I know, but trust me, it's made to come off. Take that piece off and then peg this piece on. And that gives him his little wings. I imagine they just kind of sprout when he needs them, normally, but now you can do that, and he has them, which looks way better than what Hasbro did with Black Bolt in the Comic-Con set, just making him stick off of his arms. That would have just been a bad idea. These guys got it right. That's nice to have that interchangeable part to give him his little wing things. So that is pretty cool. We're going to pop those off, though, for the sake of the review. Don't want those getting in the way. Alright, so now we also have a bunch of hands. You can see he's got a fist hand there, another fist hand there. We have two open hands for various posing. Then we have two other posing hands. Some kind of martial arts stance it looks like, I would say. I could be completely wrong, but who knows? I don't. Maybe you do. If you do, you're welcome to comment in the section below. We have his gun holding hands. They work pretty well holding the guns. And then lastly we have some sword holding hands. So pretty nice spread of accessories for this guy. Pretty impressed. And as far as articulation goes, standard SH Figuarts articulation really. It's a ball hinge for the neck, or for the neck to the head, a ball peg for the neck to the body. You can really just pose the head however you want. You don't really need to worry about what the technical aspects are. Just know that it works really well. There's a ball peg that connects the shoulder joint to the torso, so that lets the whole thing move around. And then we have this cup here, just like the Power Rangers or the Dragon Ball Z figures. That cup just hides the joint. And it does a pretty good job. It looks nice. And then we have the hinge there for the shoulder itself that lets the arm do this, and then the ball peg lets it move around otherwise. And then the shoulder hinge pegs into the bicep, and that gives us our bicep swivel. We have a double jointed elbow, pretty good range of motion, and then we have a wrist hinge that's actually just a ball hinge. So it's a ball hinge. You snap the wrist on there, or the hand on there, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can put my sentences together today. And so it'll swivel at the forearm and at the hand, and you get that extra hinge in there. So it's pretty cool. Torso articulation, I'm betting it's a single ball peg that connects from this to this. It doesn't give you the greatest range of motion, just like the Power Rangers, very limited. Does go side to side a little bit, front to back a little bit, and a little bit of rotation, not a whole lot. You're going to get all of your rotation out of this lower joint, which I think is also a single ball peg. The belt is soft, so it allows for this to move, and the belt can move also. So you get full rotation there, you get leaning forward and back, side to side. It's a pretty nice joint there. For the hips, very standard SH Figuarts. They have the hinged ball peg, so you can drop the leg down like that, and then bring it all the way up to do a high kick if you want to. That gives you your ball hinge, or your ball peg right there, so you can see that in the hip, and so the leg can move around that ball peg completely. Then you can also move the thigh around the socket for the ball peg for additional thigh rotation. So it just gives you pretty good range of motion on this guy. Goes out to the side, no problem at all. Now for the knees, we have double jointed knees, pretty good range of motion, not the best looking knee joint, but it's not bad, so I'm alright with that. All the boot linings are sculpted, or boot tops, whatever you want to call that. That's good. We have a ball hinge for the ankle, just like the Power Rangers. Just like the Power Rangers, we have very limited forward movement. That kind of stinks, but it's not horrible. It's not the end of the world. They go back pretty far. It swivels at the top and at the bottom, so you can rotate that around for a really nice ankle rocker. And then lastly, we have a decent toe hinge. It's not great, but it's not bad. So it's a very solid figure. If you are familiar with or fans of this character, you may want to pick it up. It's a pretty cool figure. I'm pretty happy to have it. So thanks again, Mark, for sending this. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you stay tuned here through the end so you can see it in some poses and so you can see those accessories in use. And make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.